Alright, nothing else to do here. I'll come back when I have to do the what do you call it? The Gwent tournament is gonna be here as well. Does this have a name on it? Yep, that is a peasant. The pheasantry, right. Alright, well I'm heading over to Corvo Bianco. This is for the Gwent tournament again. Oh, I love the paintings though. Nicely done. Alright, yes, you're poor. Get out of here.
This is Beauclair, not some flea-bitten province.
I know it's Beauclair. What is this? Firecrackers?
Night, laugh, and wine,
Paper.
so no half-hearted measures.
Alright, hey, don't we have a dude we gotta visit though? Oh, I'm heading right there. Okay. It's a lot nicer of a city for sure. Much better streets. The buildings are a lot nicer than some of the other ones I've seen. A lot more stone and...
Little strokes fell great oaks.
It's true, I guess. Pretty true. They're all books I've read before. It's nice that food has no weight. I do have a lot of books and all. And food. Again, I'm walking into houses for no reason. Lara, Donan. Yes, that's... Red armor dye. The Ducal Chronicles 2nd Amended Edition. Ducal Chronicle Tome LV1 Lamaris Savo. Okay, great. Second Amendment, 2nd Edition amended. In the month preceding the celebration surrounding the Festival of the Vat, the ducal couple and a delegation of notables embarked on a neighborly visit to the court of Queen Catherine of Sintra. The visit had both a social and a political dimension, for the Duchess was hoping Queen Calanthe would follow the dictates of international protocols and repay with a visit of her own, preferably during the above-mentioned festival, thus gracing the celebration with her royal presence. The ducal couple was accompanied by their daughter, Annietta. Okay, so the current queen. It is worth mentioning here that the infant is sprouting like a beanpole, and it shall not be long before it will be necessary to find her a husband. Time will surely add to her charms. As for character and imagination, she is not lacking either quality in the least. Alright, I mean, it's amended. The wondrous world of insectoids, a supplement. Let it be known there exists no being more wonderful than the giant centipede. Verily I say unto you, blind is he who fails to see their evolutionary advantage over all other species. After all, is there another creature so perfectly adjusted to living under the ground as well as on top of it? Another being able to pelt through passages invisible to the naked eye and construct stunning subterranean cities. Like they have cities down there? Verily I say unto you, let us bow before the divinity of 1,000 limbs before it is too late. Let us shelter beneath the chitin thorax on which the swords of our enemies shall break. Let us bring nourishment for the great mandible. Let us devote ourselves to these wonderful giants, these titanic insectoids, those scolemorphs. Let us resemble shale mars, their humble servants, who make it possible for this grand species to become even stronger and even greater. Our toil shall be rewarded, I promise you this. Praise be the great mandible. Okay, so he is extremely crazy. What do you mean, bitcher? I'm a bitcher. You got a problem? Then take it up with somebody who cares. Because that ain't me. What am I even looking for here? I don't know. Yes, I have robbed her entire house. There's no valuables left in here. Again, not my fault. When the Witcher killed the silver basilisk, court the Sylvanas blood so hot he burst a blood vessel and died.
And you believe that?
I guess he does. Alright, there's apparently a dude I need to see. Nice painting. Oh, here he is. There's a knight errant just chilling here. Bunch of knight errants. The dual Camerlengo. Hello? I seek the Ducal Carmelengo. Apparently other people seek him too. A lot of knights. I guess they're here to get paid for their deeds. Hello.
Greetings, brave hero. I am Raphael de Serman, and I am the Ducal Camerlengo.
I'm Geralt. So what is it you do here?
I pay the knights errant.
For what?
Our knights wander the roads, protecting Toussaint from bandits and monsters.
Don't do a very
It
good
is
job.
fitting and just that they be recompensed appropriately for these toils. Note, sir, that should you successfully smash a hands, save a brother knight from peril, or extract a captured merchant from the hands of cutthroats, come see me. You shall be rewarded.
I need to be rewarded a lot.
Speaking of payment, my most heartfelt gratitude, sir. Compensation for your sacrifice.
You sell things too? Alright.
Wouldn't mind a glance at your books. Ones you're willing to sell, that is.
He sells books. I mean, he sells a book. That is a generic book, though. Note. Generic note. Not interested. Oh my! This guy, he's got a lot of books, eh? And I'm gonna read them all. You know it. How much money does he have? Let's hope he has quite a bit. Generic books. They're yours. Old sheepskins. Patched up vests. Maps. Okay, thankfully I'm able to get rid of everything now. Because I'm sure those books will be hella expensive. I'm hoping that's how it's going to be anyway. 6 of these. 16 goat pelts. I'm guessing you can pay some of your people with the stuff I'm giving you too. I don't know about 8 mugs and 14 smoke pipes, but 8 pearls maybe? 10 inkwells. 6 flutes. 3 bottles of perfume. Silver platters. Silver chains. Those are worth something apparently. Gold mug. 2 silver trays. You're getting into the more valuable stuff. Well, he only has 2 more gold, but he will have more. History of the Fortress of Duntine. Guide to the Vineyards of Toussaint, Volume 2. Forgotten Species, the Profilator. The Last Basilisk. We already have Ithilne's Prophecy. On Sound Waves, Bats and Shale Mars. Curious Customs of the Toussaints Expert. We already have Wondrous World of Insectoid Supplement. Code Duello. Giant Centipedes, My Comfort in Exile. Ducal Chronicle First Edition. Hunting Basilisks. History of Gwent. Ooh. Me, My Panther and I by Abigail Lett. Alps, Brooks's Dangerous Cousins. Right. Slizzards Through the Ages. Guide to Vineyards of Toussaint Volume 1. Hellhounds, Harbingers of the End. Kikimores, Truth and Myths about Insidious Insectoids. Natural Born Killer, Study of Gherkins. The Adventures of Spiky and a Wright called Falcone. Journey of and research into archospores. Alright. And that gives him enough money so he can buy some other shit that I have. Including drugs. Golden caskets. Bronze mugs. Some more drugs. Copper plate. 4 Buclair, what? Buclair plated, silver plated wine bottles. Yes. Buclair silver fruit bowl. An ornate shield. Holy shit. A golden plate. Silver ruby necklace. Right. Anything else? Quest. I know I don't need any of this stuff probably. But it says it needs to complete a quest with it, so I'm gonna keep it. Right. Orodius. Peacock feather with a distinct smell of sweet on it. Pouch filled with orange. Complete a quest. This doesn't say complete a quest, so I'm just gonna sell these peacock feathers. They're a little stinky, but I'm sure you could wash it up, you know. Decorations is considered as junk. Don't call them junk, they're decorations given to people. Concerned Citizen's Sermon. Yeah, you can have that. Burn it up or whatever, it's trash. The Mill for sale. There you go. Speedy Eugene's Journal, I have 2 of them. The merchant does not have enough coin to buy the book about Toussaint. Really? Coin to pay the knights. Where's it come from?
Can't help but be curious. Where do the funds for those payments come from?
The Duchess?
The Ducal Treasury, of course. Her illustrious Highness Anna Henrietta assigns great value to bravery and selfless patriotism.
Selfless,
It
eh?
is a standing order that any knight may receive a wage. Pardon me. Financial compensation for his dedication to defending the duchy's internal security and order.
Alright, 1 second.
Well, see you later.
Go in peace for a night.
How much money did I get? Quest updated, Knight for hire. Complete contracts you took on from the Carmelengo. 700 crowns. That is a lot of money though. Now, I did buy a flick ton of books. Now I want to read them all. Van Groth's amazing anti-fledder stratagem. Fledders are a vile and unsophisticated variety of vampire. They are unable to run properly, cannot bear a direct sunlight, and are generally none too wise. Some fledders hunt alone, whereas others prefer to attack in groups. Perhaps it is a matter of instinct. Having sensed blood, they assess the size of the victim and, if necessary, summon their kin. The only strong suit of these leeches is their ability to leap towards a potential victim. Fighting a fledger is no different than fighting any other kind of bloodsucker. Apart from the obvious means such as garlic, buckthorn, and sunlight, a hunter should stock up on silver. A lit torch may prove helpful as well. Alright. Me, My Panther, and I by Abigail Lett. As a young adept to the art of medicine, I was once asked by my mentor, Nurse Hatched, to gather some herbs needed for poultices. I set out for the woods and sought ripe specimens when all of a sudden a juniper shrub began to swish and shake. It must be a leshen or another monster of some sort, enraged by my insolent theft of the forest's treasures, I thought. Luckily, it turned out the beast was no leshen but a little panther. Full of pity, I decided to share the bread and dried meat I bought in my bundle with the cub. From that moment on, I bought the panther something to eat every day, and every day it waited for me next with the juniper. A year passed, and my panther grew so big I was afraid to approach it, so I would just throw bits of meat and leave as quickly as possible. Then a sickness left me bedridden for a month. When I was finally back on my feet, I went to the woods, to the juniper shrub. My beloved panther, now as big as a horse, only roared from afar. I bolted. Panthers are beautiful animals and they are quite fascinating as well, but I value my life and that is that. Pretty smart. Panthers are not tame animals. Guide to the Vineyards of Toussaint, Volume 2, The Blissure Valley. For those who find vines of the Sansor Valley too dull, I strongly recommend the lesser known but still outstanding brands produced in the Blissure Valley. Let us start with the amazing Côte de Blissure, produced at the Pomerol Vineyard. I particularly recommend the 1260 to 1263 vintages with their distinctively rich flavor. Looking elsewhere, the nearby Zubirian Castle offers the dry Castle de Neuf, whereas Nargous and Sancry, located in the northern parts of Toussaint, specialize in red wines and jointly produce and export the wine in the north as Toussaint Red. Okay, I've seen that. Exquisite rosé wine could only be found at Castle Dica, but ever since its owner tragically passed away, the vineyard has fallen into decay. The Adventures of Spikey and a Rite called Franconi. Once upon a time, in a small mound near the Vermentino vineyard, there lived a Rite named Franconi. Amiable by nature, he spent his days in the mound, cooking various kinds of soups. Not that he was particularly fond of soups, it was his beloved pet, a baragass named Spikey that slurped them up greedily. And so they sat there, side by side, Franconi the Rite and Spikey the Baragass, cooking soups made of decaying bones, withered weeds, and if they managed to swipe some metal nails, their favorite delicacy. Great. One day, Franconi heard two gravediggers talk about a certain man of wealth who kept various kinds of cheese in his cellar. A cheese soup sounded like a delectable treat to Franconi, so he snuck into the noble's cellar and stole the biggest cheese wheel there was. When he got home, Franconi started slowly melting the cheese in his favorite pot. The stench was so awful, Spikey ran off and refused to go back to the mound. To add to the already terrible state of things, the smell of cheese permeated everything, so Spikey and Franconi had to pack their things and move. The moral of the story is simple. If you are cooking a cheese soup, make sure the cheese you choose is not blue. Great. Stinky cheese, alright? Cheese is very stinky. Natural born killers, a study of Garkins. Garkins are commonly described as lesser vampires. Do not be misled by this terminology, however, for they are extremely dangerous and devious creatures which men stand no chance of defeating, even when greatly outnumbering the beasts. Garkins possess a highly developed sense of smell. Once they are on your track, you are as good as dead. They have a special taste for adolescents and children, hence the belief that this vampire seeks out only virgins. There is a grain of truth in that, yet it is not a matter of sexual purity, but the level of blood pollution. The younger and healthier the victim, the tastier a tidbit it makes for a Garkin. And Kikimores, truths and myths about the insidious insectoids. Observation has shown that Kikimores are the most organized and hierarchical of the post-conjunction insectoids. Their workers follow the orders of warriors. They are all subjects of the queen, which seems to control the behavior of all members of the swarm, even though she remains hidden deep under the ground. Considering the small size of the species' cerebral ganglia, which functions as a brain, one may hypothesize that Kikimores possess a sort of hive mind, making them similar to ants. Hellhounds, harbingers of the end. Give me a second. Some monsters are born out of necessity, not because they are cruel, but because they have to defend themselves. For them, it is hunt or be hunted. Others are simply a mistake of nature, beasts brought to life by an evolutionary hiccup, so to speak. Both these sorts of monsters we are able to fight. But there are also monsters born out of sin. Whenever there is cruelty and envy, wherever earth has been drenched in blood and rocks soaked in suffering, there are hellhounds. There the hellhounds have their home. And as cruelty spreads, so too shall these monsters. They are the reflection of us, and to defeat them would mean to defeat ourselves. All that is left is to wait until we are torn to shreds by hordes of these demonic dogs. Guide to the Vineyards of Tucson, Volume 1, The Sandstore Valley. Okay. While in the stunning Duchy of Tucson, one should not forget to visit Castle Ravello, whose grapes lend their vibrant flavor to wines such as Everluz, Fionia, Pomencio, and the famous Est. Should white wine be one's beverage of choice, I wholeheartedly recommend the excellent offerings of two fiercely competing vineyards, Corantia and Vermentino. Okay, yeah. If one seeks Blueclair White, popular in the north, one should seek out the Castle Torresilla vineyard, which produces and exports it. Unfortunately, a severe economic crisis led to the bankruptcy of several distinguished vineyards, such as Corvo Bianco, known as Gwent Sibin in the Elder Speech, Oh their Supreme Suprimento, and Tufo. Let us hope each and every one of them finds a passionate new owner who will restore them to their former glory. I will try. Lizards through the ages. For many years, it was erroneously believed lizards were simply wyverns in their highest stages of development. One scholar whose completion of an academic course of study must have been the result of no small miracle, heartedly defended this point of view in a scientific work whose title I shall mercifully withhold. His main line of reasoning was an absurd and completely off-the-mark parallel drawn between the development cycles of lizard and Pirius Barsi, known also as the cabbage butterfly. A lizard, claimed the author, is nothing but a fully mature wyvern that has developed fire glands. Utter rubbish. Let it be known once and for all that Charles von Linné is a filthy fopdoodle and an uneducated knucklehead. A lizard is not by any means the same beast as a wyvern. It's different. And then we have Alps, Brooks' dangerous cousins. In the course of my research into Brooksia, I have stumbled upon certain inconsistencies that in no way correspond with what we already know about these dangerous vampires. My investigations have revealed that these seemingly erroneous accounts were in fact describing an Alp, not a Bruxa. It is an extraordinary discovery, a true milestone in the classification of these monsters. Even though legend tells of these vampires turning into pitch-black hounds or venomous toads, personally I do not believe an Alp is capable of such polymorphy. However, it is almost certain that, similarly to a Bruxa, an Alp may transform itself into a beautiful woman. This ability allows the species to blend seamlessly into crowds. To think that I may have passed such a monster completely unaware is fascinating. Now, the fundamental differences between Alps and Bruxa is their fighting style, when in the form of a vampire. Alps also possess the ability to turn into fog, which allow them to move noiselessly and attack by surprise. Most likely, this is the root of the name common folk have given them, fleetings. So kind of like higher vampires, I see. History of Gwent, here we go, Pog. Some, a crippling addiction which devours their every coin and every waking moment. These last can be found most frequently among, Gwent. For many, a diverting game of cards. For others, a noble pursuit. For some, a crippling addiction which devours their every coin and every waking moment. These last can be found most frequently among the dwarves, the game's inventors, and most passionate devotees. Their devotion extends to Gwent's paraphernalia, its cards most of all, which they craft with great skill and care. In fact, cards painted by dwarven masters are often considered miniature works of art. In past times, they devoted equal attention to whittling the clubs which contestants once kept at their sides to bash each other about the head, which with in the case of an argument. As brawls grew less common, the clubs became implied threats and more than used weapons, until eventually falling into disuse and near oblivion. Today, Gwent players can be found almost everywhere, from the Skellige Isles, where the game was introduced by the druid Ermion, to the Northern Realms and the Nilfgaardian Empire. In Gwent, the play of cards mimics the dueling of two armies. The player playing field is divided into two parts, each split into 3 rows. Nearest to the center stands units who fight at close quarters. Behind them, archers and other such ranged attackers, and furthest back, machines and creatures used for siege purposes. Both players wield decks made up of a minimum of 22 unit cards and a maximum of 10 special cards, and each must also contain a leader card. The player who wins the toss of a coin, originally the dwarf whose wife has the longest beard, plays first. Each player draws a random 10 cards from his deck and then is allowed to redraw 2 of these before the laying of cards begins. Each round is won by the player who has played cards of the greater value. The first to achieve 2 victorious rounds wins, meaning a maximum of 3 rounds are played. The winner's prize is agreed upon by the players before each match. Most often the wager is a bounty of coin or a rare card. The hearts of players' armies, the unit cards, come in 3 types: close combat, ranged, and siege. Each such card is assigned a strength rating and may additionally possess special abilities. There are also special cards which have no strength rating but instead influence the course of the game in other ways. Unit cards depicting framed heroes not only have unusually high strength ratings but also have the added benefit of ignoring the workings of all special cards. These are the rarest and most coveted of Gwent cards. Most frequently they must be won from top players or purchased at a great price from collectors. The cards in classic Gwent are divided into 4 factions: the Northern Realms, leader Foltest; the Nilfgaardian Empire, leader Emir Var Emeres; the Monsters, leader Eredin Blackgrass; the Scoia'tael, leader Francesca Findabair. But there's another one now. The history of the fortress of Duntine, as chronicled by Le Pepleon. During a visit to the court of the king of Nazir, Valtharius the Brawny fell madly in love with the king's daughter, the beautiful Hilgrunt, who was already promised to a prince from Metania. Valthars, paying no heed to these politically inspired marriage plans, captured the princess's heart and together they ran off into Toussaint. The prince from Metina, unable to let such an affront pass, followed the star-crossed lovers. Yet Valtharius was renowned for his courage and might, and thus slew his adversary with ease. Then he and his beloved returned to his family estate at Duntine. To his dismay, it turned out his brother Vislavius had nearly led the estate to bankruptcy, while Valtharius had been in Nazir. Valtharius threw his brother into the dungeon and, as befits a self-respecting nobleman, embarked on a nightly expedition. Unfortunately for his young wife, Hilgrunt, tortured by her solitude, fled Vislavius and became his lover. Freed Vislavius, his brother, great. When Valtharius returned and realized he had been cuckolded, he murdered them both in a fit of passion and despair, then sat down and wept and wept and wept. Great. Nice, good stories, you see. But I guess that's what makes them more realistic, because they're not good. Oh, whatever. Nothing here. Alright, what's next? On hunting basilisk, a compendium. In our lands, that is to say in the fair duchy of Toussaint, the hunting of basilisks has a long and storied tradition, one reaching back to the dawn of our present history. Attesting to this is a note written by one Zenon of Tritium, a leatherworker, in the year 1023. In it, one finds mention of a commission for a corset to be fastened from hide of that winged serpent called Basilicus by some. See Vereto Fiari, manuscripts through the ages 1278. While lesser hides could come from beast felled by age or hunger, the costliness and expanse of this corset would have necessitated the skin of a basilisk taken in its prime, and therefore required a hunt. Without the engagement of a witcher, or as a last resort, a knight or a mercenary, such a hunt would have perforce meant the gruesome death of the foolhardy hunter. Yet those adept at the task, witches chief among them, hunted basilisks and their cousins, cockatrices, with great success, thinning their numbers till a mere handful remained. To give but one example, in the year 1100, basilisks of the Regulus platinum subspecies dotted skies all across our land, yet in the present day, only one exemplar still lives. Well, they are dangerous beasts, to be honest, so, it's not that big of a deal. The Ducal Chronicle First Edition. Ducal Chronicle Tome, Lamaris, okay. In the month preceding the celebration surrounding the festival of the Vat, the ducal couple and a delegation of nobilites embarked on a neighborly visit to the court of Queen Calanthe of Sintra. It's the same book, but not changed. Let's see what the original was then. The visit had both a social and political dimension, for the Duchess was hoping Queen Calanthe would follow the dictates of international protocol and repay with a visit of her own, preferably during the above-mentioned festival, thus gracing the celebration with a royal presence. The ducal couple was accompanied by both daughters. Wait a minute. Sayana and Henrietta. It is worth mentioning here that both infants are sprouting like beanpoles, and it shall not be long before it will be necessary to find them husbands. In the case of the elder daughter, Sivana, this should not prove a problem, as suitors will flock from all over the civilized world for the chance to be a husband to the future duchess, especially when they see her portrait, which will not even require much embellishment. Things are somewhat different in the case of young Henrietta, who is overly thin and furthermore Auburn-haired. The hope remains, however, that time will add to her charms. As for character and imagination, neither girl is lacking in either quality in the least. Oh, that's not good. So she changed it. Huh. And what happened to her sister? Or is the sister taken her identity? I don't know. Auburn hair. Then she has auburn hair, right? Who knows? The so-called giant centipedes, or my only comfort in exile. Dearly I have paid for my wrongs, being exiled from the beautiful deserts and steppes of Ophir to this hideous green country where all the scents and flavors are so intense they make me sick, fills my heart with sorrow and regret. My only comfort seems to be the small colony of Socolopendos, or more scientifically speaking, Socolomorphs, referred to as giant centipedes, living in the vicinity of my hut. These wonderful creatures, the sight of which reminds me of home, have most likely chosen this area to settle in because of the presence of shale mars, whose droppings constitute the food of smaller animals, which in turn are consumed by Socolodors. Sometimes I sneak up on them when they are feeding and admire their hooked limbs, mandibles so sturdy they seem to be made of iron, and chitinous thoraces shiny enough to let one to gaze upon one's reflection. I don't like people liking that much, eh? A code duello, nobleman. Presented below is a set of rules for dueling which every self-respecting gentleman should follow. Although their nature is that of an honorable agreement, failure to respect them shall bring infamy and shame to the name of the dueler and exclude him from all respectable social circles. This code applies throughout the whole of the Duchy of Toussaint. Course of the duel. The parties present their seconds. Each of the parties is entitled to 1 second. The parties decide whether the duel ends when first blood has been drawn or when one of the parties surrenders. Let it be remembered that in Toussaint, by order of Her Enlightened Highness, duels fought till last blood are punished by immediate imprisonment. Okay, so it's illegal to kill people. The challenged party selects the weapons for the duel. The challenger is obliged to accept the choice of the challenged party. Okay, so the challenger has to use whatever weapons that the other person says. Okay. The parties duels according to the rules agreed upon. The seconds ensure proper course of the duel. When the duel is over, the seconds announce the winner and the loser. Note, it is strictly forbidden to put forth any claims, blood revenge included, based upon defeat in the duel. The duel is commonly regarded as an instance putting a definite end to the dispute. Okay, so no more after that. Curious customs of the Toussaintese excerpt. Where have all the heroic and selfless knights gone? Are the truly noble, like Ramon of Grichon or Mentunis de la Pec, a thing of the past now? Though they maintain a facade of independence and altruism, the knights errant of Toussaint of our day are paid, and by the Duchess herself. So I ask, is that noble? Is that dignified? Should a knight, a nobleman after all, receive payment for his heroic deeds? Is he but a mercenary, or, pardon my Naziri, a ploughing witcher? Excuse me. Shouldn't the tears of joy of a rescued damsel suffice as a reward? I simply cannot understand it. To paraphrase the weighty words of the wise René de Hospitaller, such fools those Toussaint to his credit. On sound waves, bats and shale mars. Few know that sound is in fact not just a noise but a wave, just like the waves of a sea striking against a stone. And just like them, sound waves strike everything in their path, which causes them to break. This particular property of sound is used by some species of animals and monsters as they carry out a kind of terrain mapping using their senses of hearing. Bats, which produce specific sounds to conduct echolocation based on how these sound waves bounce off potential obstacles, make for good examples of this. Curiously, Shalema's mighty, though completely blind monsters have developed a similar mechanism. They are able to locate their opponents by sensing the vibration of even the faintest sound wave. The last basilisk of its kind, a study in ecology by Boris de Salvarnes. Yeah, so the witches hunted them all, they said, right? Only one remains. Based on my observations, I have concluded all species, be they plant, animal, or even insect, are inextricably intertwined with one another. It is no mere coincidence that the felling of the beech woods and the vanishing of the rose who in them once dwelt led to the disappearance of the sterling basilisk as well. The principle even holds true for ladybirds. For the betterment of learning, I conducted the following experiment. I eradicated all the aphids in the palace cabbage patch using a lye solution. Within a few weeks, all of the ladybirds once present in that patch, and there were hundreds, migrated to a neighboring field. A simple experiment, yet it gave incontrovertible proof of my hypothesis. Yes. Food chains. Forgotten species. The Proto-Fledger. If you take a Fledder and magnify all of its most primeval traits, you will get a Proto-Fledder. This beast, the Fledder's distant ancestor, arrived here from a parallel sphere centuries past, yet unlike the Fledder has remained untouched by any post-conjunction evolutionary processes. In our time, Proto-Fledders are extremely rare, the most suitably adapted Fledders having taken over their niche in our biosphere. Photofeathers are thus lesser vampires. Their massive wide jaws constitute their main weapons, their sharp claws coming in a close second. Similarly to their most developed cousins, protofeathers rely on their instincts rather than their intelligence and are quite sensitive to the scent of blood. All the usual means of fighting vampires such as vampire oil, black blood and silver weapons apply to them as well. Okay. Journal of Research into Archospores. Day 1. I have stumbled upon an extremely curious species, the venomous archospore. So far, I have managed to distinguish 3 of its varieties, distinguished by colors: green, the most common, yellow, and finally black, which not only exhibit the most aggression but also show the extraordinary ability to pollinate plants near instantaneously. What? Really? Alright, I should put some these guys in my fields, I guess. My research into Archospores continues. I think I have reached the point where observation is no longer enough to bring satisfying results. The species attacks mainly using a mandible located in the center of its flower. Although when highly threatened, it may also spit toxic fluid. I was also able to discover Archospores are particularly sensitive to fire, which may prove a useful piece of information regarding how to neutralize them if necessary. Day 6. I have made up my mind. Tomorrow I shall try to obtain a sample of the fluid. I have already begun preparations. And then he was never heard from again. And we probably have a lot of bestiary entries, right? Relics. Shaelmar from the Emperor of Nilfgaard, right. Gladiator fights in massive arenas are a popular form of entertainment in Nilfgaard. Usually the fighters are slaves, specially trained for this purpose, yet at times the arena masters pit humans against monsters. The Shaelmar Geralt had to fight in the tourney grounds was a present from the Emperor to his relative, Duchess Anna Henrietta. Oh, she's his relative. Okay. It had been caught while young and prepared for its ultimate purpose by Nilfgaardian trainers. That does not mean it was tame, however. In fact, its wildness and inborn ferocity had not been dulled one bit. Like all creatures of its species, it was blind but could unerringly pinpoint its opponent's location using echolocation. The Shaelmar had thick armor and near impenetrable skin. It could also roll into a ball and charge its opponents. Its underbelly, however, was relatively vulnerable and became exposed when its charge failed. In the end, though the fight was long and difficult, Geralt defeated the Shaelmar, and when the Duchess called from the stands for him to finish the beast off, he duly dealt the final blow. Yes, it has suffered. Suffered enough, you know. Oh my, all the vampires. Alps. Looking like a Bruxa, but that was no Bruxa. Fragment of conversation between the alderman of Falcone and a witcher. Alps are vampires that resemble Bruxa in appearance. They are called phantoms by some, a name which fits well enough, for like phantoms they haunt and torment men. They usually take on the form of a woman, though they can also appear as animals. They are most often found prowling near villages. They attack at night and are most active when the moon is full. Alp saliva can make one fall asleep, and when applied to a sleeping man, can invoke horrible nightmares. Some suggest they are the cause of legends about men who go to sleep healthy and are found in the morning white as snow, not a drop of blood left in their veins. In combat, Alps display supernatural speed and incredible, even by vampire standards, stamina. One must aim one's sword with great precision, for Alps are unequaled in the art of evading blows. The Yidrin sign is recommended, for it weakens the Alps' defenses. Another strategy is to drink the black blood potion, for Alps suck the blood of their victims to deprive them of strength and regenerate their own powers. Unlike Bruxa, Alps cannot turn invisible, yet like Bruxa, they emit a shrieking noise whose shock wave can incapacitate. Cannot turn invisible, okay, good. The greatest asset is their agility, and they can leap with uncanny lightness and that appear to border on the power of flight. When in human form, they easily blend in with the surrounding community, which makes them very dangerous indeed. And then Detlaf van der Esten shreds with the precision of a master butcher, a witness to Detlaf's attacks. Oh, it was horrifying to watch that gentleman suddenly turned into a ghastly beast with claws and tore those men to shreds with the precision of a master butcher. Okay. Detlaf is a higher vampire and one of the most terrifying creatures the world has ever known. Some vampires of his sort live among men easily and inconspicuously, sometimes even gaining the respect and admiration of their community. Yet even the most civilized vampire can be incredibly dangerous if provoked, and Detlaf was far from civilized. When in his two-legged form, Detlaf strikes in surprising and unique ways, so one must be extremely alert and attentive. His razor-sharp claws, wielded with great strength and precision, are his chief weapons, yet he can also wield weapons of human devising with extraordinary skill. Like all higher vampires, Detlef can turn into fog and envelop opponents. When fighting a vampire in this form, one must watch out for magic puddles and attacks from the air. When wounded, Detlef tends to assume his winged form, using these powerful appendages to stun his foes near effortlessly. One must remember higher vampires are immortal creatures and thus do not fear for their lives when fighting, meaning they take every risk. They are able to turn invisible and can regenerate strength during combat. All in all, they are supremely difficult foes even for a Witcher. You should use vampire oil, black blood, and Gwen, which I was using. Fledders. Ah, yeah, these things. The deceased corpse was completely mutilated. All that remained of the nose was a hole clotted with blood. One eye socket had been chewed beyond all recognition. The mandible had been torn off. Seeing this, Sergeant Devote vomited profusely, and the administration of smelling salts was required. The investigation has been discontinued, and the deed attributed to a supernatural being. Fragment of a Tucson Ducal Guard report. Fledders are classified as lesser vampires, though weaker than the rest of their ilk in every aspect, from their physio-magic to the physiognomic. They should not be underestimated, for they are very, very dangerous. Fledders cannot be mistaken for any other creature, with their wide, toothy jaws, flat, unpleasant faces, and completely hairless, often warty bodies. These vampires mainly fight with their teeth and claws, flailing them blindly and not stopping even when their victim is already dead. Even a solitary Fledder is strong enough to take down a trained soldier. Compared to other vampires, Fledders display meager intelligence, seen most clearly in the mindless rage which causes them to try with all their might to attack and tear to shreds any weaker being. When fighting Fledders, it is best to take advantage of their particular method of movement. These creatures do not run, but they do try to catch their prey and knock it over by leaping. Knowing this behavior, one can plan the fight appropriately and not let oneself be caught by surprise. They are vulnerable to vampire oil as well as blackbird. Then we have Gherkins. Blood on the ceiling, guts on the walls must be a Gherkin. Yan of Lanexter, investigator and captain of the city watch. Gherkins, like Fledders, belong to the class of particularly dangerous vampires whose strength exceeds even that of fiends. An encounter with one of their number almost always ends in death, which is why there are not many eyewitnesses accounts of them. From the city guard reports written up in Lanexter describing the attacks committed in the city in 1104 by 3 Gherkins, later killed by a certain Oliver of Gullet, Witcher. It seems these horrible monsters do not content themselves with drinking the blood of their victims. The investigators concluded from the blood and guts strewn around the crime scenes that Gherkins tear their victims to shreds with great delight and muck about in their bloody entrails. Gherkins belong to the group of creatures known as lesser vampires. They often gather around themselves members of other subspecies of lesser vampire, acting in such situations as leaders of the pack. They are by and large unable to run but can jump a great distance and often attack their prey in that way. During combat, they usually keep their distance from their foes, trying to incapacitate them using a blast of mental energy, provoking visions that beguile and disorient. Before grappling a Gherkin, one should drink the black blood potion and stock up on vampire oil. It should be remembered that the Somum and Moon Dust bombs are always effective weapons against any mental attacks. And then we have Proto-Fledders. Never seen a vampire like that in my life. Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. Proto-Fledders are relatives of Fledders, which came from the world of the higher vampires to our own during the conjunction of spears. The member of this species are characterized by their considerable strength and agility, as well as the strange glow they emit, a trait most likely tied to their otherworldly nature. Proto-Fledders have never had significant contact with the outside world, having spent their entire time on our planet in the Unseen Elder's Cave, whose atmosphere is very similar to that of their home world. Unseen Elder. What are you talking about? Draconids, we have Slizzards. Oh, these horrible looking things. Some peasants once offered me a king's ransom to slay a Slizzard. A damned hefty purse, chock full of gold, but I turned them down. Coin's no good if you're dead, and a Slizzard, that's no freaking forktail. Zator, one of the Sinfried Reavers. Yeah, Sinfried Reavers not witchers, so... yeah. You like this skin? It's white. I guess you can make a cool white dress with it. Slizzards are often mistaken for wyverns or folktails. Yet make no mistake, Slizzards are nasty, terribly dangerous beasts, and confusing them for wyverns will end very badly for the confuser. While a wyvern can tear apart and devour an untrained man in seconds, only a Slizzard can first bake him to a crisp with a waft of fiery breath. Slizzards are keenly aggressive and attack from both ground and air. Their goal during a fight is to get close enough to their foe to injure it with a breath of fire or knock it down with a sonic blast. Like wyverns, Slizzards also attack with venom-spiked tails. Slizzards like to disengage mid-fight to fly into the air and plummet down at high speed while spewing out balls of fire. Right before these igneous missiles emerge, you can observe a fiery ball forming in the monster's maw. While airborne, a Slizzard can also attack with its claws and teeth. It is worthwhile to employ the ard and igniscience to force wizards to the ground. They are not, however, vulnerable to burning. Before tackling one of them, be sure to coat your blade in trichonid oil. Yes, the dragon. It's not a dragon. Wyvern. I have seen a dragon. Long time ago. Garrikins. Lots of bestiary entries. There's this lizard one that I just read. And the Alps. What else we got? Proto-fledders. Yes, yes. Apparently they are in the Elder's Cave. Complete the contracts you took from the Camerlengo. Okay, where are these contracts again? All over the world? All over the world. Yep. Probably more of like these Hanses. There are 4, right?
Greetings, knight.
I did get paid 700, so that's good. But I do want to make more money. Because the more money I have, the easier it'll be. Because I don't know how expensive upgrading that base of mine is going to be, but I'm guessing it's going to be quite a big purchase. Leader cancels your leader's ability. And I will go first. This is saddening. Now he is Nilfgaardian, so I am expecting a lot of spies to start with. So let's keep 2 decoys. My turn, I'll start with this one. A particularly bad spy, but spy nonetheless. Decoy? Nope, mysterious elfing me. Well, I'm not one to be beaten like that. Here's my own mysterious elf. Okay, we need to play that before it ruins my time. Chifan Skellige. Yeah, before I do anything else though. Let's get these 2 out of here, because we don't want to draw them later on. Bataille de Redu. Yes, yes. Well, I have my own spy, so this will be a tough fight. His strategy is basically my strategy. Good thing I took all the decoys I did. Yep, and there's my Shilard Fitz Ornstein back. Opponent has passed. Here you go, you can have one of those as well. And sure, I'll pass now. Although maybe using a decoy would have been smart, but nah. It's my turn. Oh, my leader ability does not exist, bro. Not cool. Here you go, you can have Stefan Skellige back. Oh, come on, really? This shit? Elotin auxiliary archers, yep. As expected. We're all playing spy games still. What are you gonna do, opponent? You have a decoy? Nope. Mino Cohorn. Gonna be sending out another spy. So true. Now what I can do is I can... Oh no, I'll scotch that thing. Okay, whatever. Ooh, a dragon. Nusaka cavalry rider. You think he's done? I'll put down this guy. Gondaro Dim is pretty bad because he has no darkness people to summon. Ooh, I do like that though. Where's my dragon? Dragon. There you go. Most of his force is at 4 now. I do want to try and burn him down. Oh, what the hell did I do? No! No, I was smart. Well, it doesn't seem like it. Honestly, I'm just gonna wait. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I think I'm dumb a little bit, but whatever. Oh my. Lots of guards, don't you? You got more of them? Put them down here. Wow, so impressive. I must say. How powerful you are. Young emissary? So strong. You gonna keep doing this? Another commander's horn? Okay, keep going, bud. You got this, right? Frangela Vigo? Maybe I should consider giving up. Honestly, wait a minute. What am I doing? I have Shillard Fitzornstein here. As a spy, get my last couple of cards. Ah! He also has the Shillard Fitzornstein. Who would have thought? Well, honestly, I think I'm just about done with these guys, so we'll just send him to the Shadow Realm. Suddenly I'm winning. That was a poor play. Here's another 15. Let's hope you got something good on your side. Black Infantry Archers, those are good. Here's a 10 strength from my side. It's the Arcanian Heavy Fire Scorpion, eh? I think I should stop right now, because I mean I am close to his strength now. And I have more cards. With 2 medics I could bring back. Yeah, you know what? No. We're gonna pass. Give him a chance. He will give up, yep. But he has no more Commander's Horn. A lot of his big cards are gone. Let's see what he has left. Legendary. Now I don't know what I should do here, because I don't have any. I mean, I have cards to pull. You know what? Yeah, I have cards to pull. What am I talking about? I have a spy in my deck, don't I? But I have no cards to get with using spies. Shit, okay. I should not have done this. Because I have no cards in my deck. Yep, he had a Scorch. As expected. Can't have another Scorch though, right? Holy shit. You can't have another Scorch though, right? Surely. He doesn't, okay. Mono Cohorn. Put in one of you. Get another one of my Black Infantry Archers over. What's your last card? A Black Infantry Archer of his own. Well, unfortunately for you, you have a good deck, don't get me wrong. The thing is, I'm a Gwent champion. So I will win. Camerlengo. 100 crowns. King Bran. How interesting. You give me a leader card. Nilfgaardia, Northern Realms, Skellige. Here you go. Shuffles all cards from graveyard back into the deck. Units use only half strength in bad weather conditions. No one can replace Ban, though they are sure to try. Oh, it's a completely different person. Crack on Crate, and this is King Bran. Alright. So, okay, so it's 100 gold per contract I complete, I see. Turn and place to strange. Now, I want no place like home right now. But there is another place I want to visit, apparently. Yeah, there is a... I should... No, I should. I might as well explore a bit of the city. Give me a second. Alright, what was I doing? Hello, man. Walking? I guess I was just walking. Bro, the palace looks insanely good, though. Look at this thing. Great. Hmm? Yeah, 3 cheers and all that. Where's the alchemist? Oh, back this way. Because the alchemist, I don't need to buy anything from them, but they probably play Gwent. What the? Who are Bon Vitale or whatever the hell these people are called? Like you see poor people and then you see Bon Vitales. It's a perfumery. Sorry, it's not an alchemist space. It's this place of perfume. What is this? Information for tournament participants. Right, right. Anything else going on back here? Nothing? Alright. On fiber. This one, right, right. Damsel working with the hands. What did I just see? It's a bunch of naked people, man. And this is your personal room. Oh, yes. Okay, maybe it's not a personal room, though. Because seems like more space with a bunch of perfumes. More expensive ones, I'm guessing. Alright, merchant.
Whoa! A witcher! A serious client at last. Tell me, what do you need? Honeysuckle, Ganesha petals?
Business is alright.
How's business?
Only perfume.
Coin is good, but just between us, I'm going batty with boredom. I know what my customers want before they open their mouths. Boltmen, birch sap. Ladies of all walks, whatever fragrance Duchess Honorietta prefers at the time. If just once somebody would order some poison, eh?
He thinks his talents are being wasted.
What you've got in stock.
Well, if he's an alchemist, then I'm guessing, yeah, his talents are being wasted. But, hey man, money's money, right? Right now I don't want anything, but Gwent. Unfortunately, you have
In the
come
mood for a round of Gwent?
at a time where I've already mastered alchemy. And I don't need you anymore. The relentless. They do not call me the patient. Take care, they do not call you the headless. Yes. And he's very good. Draw a card from opponent's discard pile. That is extreme spy enabling technology right there. Yeah, come on, don't give me a commander's one. Yeah, I'd rather use just a normal dude. It is my turn. I will start by putting in Gaunter Udim, who will then call upon his armies a great. Which is a very nice scorch target for him, I'm sure. You just passed, eh? Not what I would have done. Because now I can bully you. And I will bully you. Oh yeah. There's like a shit ton of spies now in your place. Okay, now I guess just have that and then pass turn. I'm still much stronger than you. You are on the back foot. And I even get one of my spies back. So how do you feel about that? You feel like putting down young berserkers who will then turn into bears. Isn't that how that works? Yep, here's Bearman. Hermione. It's a nice card, honestly. Must say. Do you have more berserkers? Because I would love to kill them all at once. Right, this guy. The Commander's Horn Wielder. Heroic Tales of Clan and Crate. Well, I'll just keep putting in some legendary fighters. You know how it is. Dandelion, okay. You love the Commander's Horns, eh? Well, I still have more legendary people, so... Clan Dumont Shield Maidens. This honestly is a pretty good scorch target already. I'm gonna do it. That's a lot of 8s. Just saying. Longship. That's a lot of longships. And I have yet more legendary cards to play. Ciri? How dare you make Geralt fight Ciri? So rude. Uh, Honestly, I don't even know what to play. I could play legendaries and just bring back basic shit. I think that's what I'll do. So if he wants to scorch them all, he can. Although he'll be killing all of his own people instead. Ah! A dragon! With 14 strength, okay. Now I'm safe. To use all the... You had 2 dragons? Are you shitting me? How the hell does he have 2 dragons? And why the hell does he have 2 dragons? What else do you have? A war longship. Strong card. But doesn't really help you that much, does it? I should use my medics. Oh, you can do more, eh? Well, he chose not to. I think he could, like, get the graveyard back in our deck or whatever, but... Whatever. There you go. Good old Gontaro Dim. He's here with his army. I don't even know what I can do with this. Here are some decoys just to scare ya. And a medic who cannot heal anyone because there's no one to heal. Yep, get destroyed, bud. 100 crowns. This will... Oh, light longship, okay. This will help sponsor Corvo Bianco. We've heard all these stories now. Get some new material. Alright. I guess I'm gonna enter the center courtyard. Which is behind me. Alright, lots of shops and all. Is there a feast going on? What the hell is all this? Look at this, this is a damn feast.
Nothing doing. Something reeks around here.
This is the
Nice
Gwent
tune.
tournament. Nice tune, been a while since I heard it last. Folk have forgotten it.
Kiss a dog's ass.
How about no? Master Famon's thoughts on elven architecture. Nowhere else in the entire world can one find better preserved relics of the glory days of the Enshe. Naturally, by the entire world, I in fact mean the areas that have entered man's jurisdiction. Toussaint's architecture obviously could not hold a candle to the wonders of Dol Blatana. That is in no way meant to detract from the glory of the ruins of Terms, the old amphitheater or Antarac, the one-time summer residence of two Toussaint kings. More than any of these, however, is the palace which captures one's eye with its stone page. Spacious terraces seemingly enclosed by open-work exeris with rows of intricate tracery and pinnacles crowned with spiked cockroaches. One may admire them through legions of ogival windows, the traceries of which are often decorated with the floral ornaments so typical for the culture of the Enshe. The style is especially prominent in its buttresses and its niches. So he loved the architecture here. You seem like a person who likes books, but unfortunately every book you have I have read. Well, now I have. You know, I would not have bought so much stuff if I knew that I could just... I mean, I didn't know I will find them all eventually, but, you know. I still bought all the books, because why not?
Kiss a dog's ass.
Support local merchants.
Watch where you step.
Oh my, what a place. What is this? There's something going on here.
Serendipity. I'm so glad you're back.
Vineyard owner. I'm back?
Master Witcher, what luck to happen upon you.
Yeah?
Got work for me? New contract?
Of the contract in question, you acquitted yourself beautifully years past on your last sojourn in Beauclair. I was in a bit of a bind at the time, do you remember? Yet I swore a solemn vow to pay you in full one day.
Oh, now he has the money.
Guess it rings a bell.
Sadly, you went on your way before I could settle matters with you. So, I took your coin and placed it in an account for safekeeping.
What kind of account?
A savings account at Cianfanelli Bank. You need but walk in and withdraw. The sum must be rather substantial by now.
Oh, nice.
Thanks. Head over there first chance I get.
I guess you get interest on it too. Paper chase.
Gotta stop by that bank.
Yeah. It's free money. Well, it's not free.
Am I invisible?
Yeah, actually, you are. You should look into that. Armor stable. Always nice to see. You know, I wanted to go to Corvo Bianco, but how can I do that when there's so much stuff to explore around here, man? And so many people to play in Gwent.
You need new bridges? Gauntlets, perhaps? What say you, fair knight?
I am not a knight.
Seem an expert. Got some diagrams. Interest you, maybe?
Oh?
Indeed they do.
Oh, he's a master. Very good.
Save, I fear I simply don't understand them.
Oh.
Anyone who might manage to decipher them?
I'd advise you to see Lizal the Fog. You will find him near the Mutated Gate. The man takes to the obscure with zeal.
Alright. Will you craft something for me?
Need something crafted. You willing?
It is his job. But I also have stuff to sell. There you go. Can also have this. Toussaint armor. Oh my. Banard breastplate. Yeah, he probably has some amazing armor, eh? Like, I have leveled up quite a bit and I have not made new armor until now. I should. Honestly. Soon I will.
What have you got there?
Yeah, that also is done. Anyway, what do you say we play Gwent? For 100
For a
gold.
round of Gwent?
You make a lot of money playing Gwent in this town. Could also lose a lot of money, I'm sure, but... You know. Can't make an omelet without using a few eggs or whatever. Oh, I love that. That was a good draw. It's my turn. I will start with my shadow army. Here they are. A shadowy army. Beat all other shadowy armies. And he just passed. I don't know why they do that. Such a dumb thing to do. Alright. So let's play a bit of a game. I'm still winning, but now you're... Oh, wait a minute. Shilard Fritz Ornstein. Yes, sir, please. I should not. No, I should not. Okay, I should just, like, do this. Just win. Let him go. Now I have one. Obviously, but more than that, I will now take back one of the best spies that I have. A Kidveni Siege Expert. Yeah, I took them out of my deck like first chance I got. I don't know why you still have them. They're not very good, you see. Okay, we're playing decoy games. I love it. I have 7 more cards. Now I have 5. Come on, play the spy. Nope, Dandelion. Alright. Here you go. I play myself. Ah, you play Siri. Alright. I play Triss to support me. Sinfried Reaver's Dragon Hunter. Right. I have many legendary cards. So I can just keep dumping them. She's supposed to marry. He's supposed to be marrying Siri, I'm pretty sure. Isn't that one of the deals? Anyway, here's another Witcher. He was my enemy. But he's a good sword fighter anyway. Ah, John Natalis. Also pretty good. Almost as good as Tigor Egerbrock. They're actually about the same. A ballista. Very good. I shall play... See, now I'm a bit unsure. But I'll play Minoko Horn. And I'll bring back a Gondoro Rim Darkness. Because I don't want you to scorch any of my people, you see. Atrabouche. Very good, very good. And now we have Yennefer supporting us as well. So family reunion with some more Darkness Grims just chilling out. Ah, fog. That does hurt my dims a little bit. So I might as well bring back Gondoro Dim himself, as he is stronger. Oh, you're clearing the weather anyway. Oh, that helps me a little bit. In that case, I shall bring back the other Gondoro Dim Darkness. Ah, I see. His last card was a spy. I didn't forget. I mean, I did, but I'll say I didn't. What other cards did you draw? Well, that was pretty horrible. Alright. There you go. I got a Scorch and a Decoy. And you drew another Clear Weather. Alright, well. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play a dragon. That kills you. Then I'm gonna put this guy back in my hand. Oh, that's not very good, is it? Because if I Scorch, now I'll kill him. If I put him and then Scorch, then I'll be losing my own dude as well. I don't want to do that. And we'll Scorch it for now. Then we'll play this, kill Dandelion as well. Really chunk him down. Put down some very powerful archers, and this guy who makes everyone stronger. Destroy him. Alright, Armorer. You got taken to school. Kambe. At least I am getting new stuff. Gwent deck. Skellige. Who the hell? Oh, it's a freaking. What are you? Mystical chicken? When the time comes, the cockerel Kambi shall crow and awaken Hemdall. Summon Avenger. When this card is removed from the battlefield, it summons a powerful new unit card to take its place. Huh. Interesting. So it's a payoff card. You gotta wait. Swordsman's. Swordsmaster. What do you have? Are you upstairs? You are. What an interesting place. These people love hand fiber, eh? They all have so many plants, which is nice.
Best steel in all of Tucson. Take a gander.
Is it really the best steel? Oh, you don't play Gwent?
Think you could craft something for me?
No, actually, that's my bad. Show me your wares.
Show me what you have.
He has better swords, but let's see. Repair. Okay, I repair all my equipped items first of all. And show me what you can make. Fastunio is worse. You're a master blacksmith and you're still bad, huh? Harpy is just what I'm using, I guess. Okay. Can I arrange based on damage? Because apparently I'm using the best sword I have. There was one of them that was plus, I think. Oh yeah. Tariel. Okay, I can use it too. Tarl. It's a silver sword. Alright. Make it then. And a steel sword. And these are all better, but I can't use them, so I shall not make them. This is better. Can't use it. This is better. Gnomish Gwander. Only by 3 though. I'll use it anyway, but give me a second. Okay, we got some much better ones, but we don't have the level for that. The Viper Venomous Steel Sword. It is better, but Got some leveling issues here. So the gnomish grinder is a little bit better, and we'll use that. There you go. Farewell.
Farewell.
No, see you later.
No, see you later. Sure, bud. So yeah, Iris is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. But this gnomish winder and the Thariel silver sword is better than Iris and the harpy. Iris I will keep.
The best steel in all of Tusa. Take a gander.
But harpy I will sell.
Show me what you have.
It's a crafted sword anyway, so how much would you give me for this? 200. Come on, you need to give me at least like okay, I'm getting 1,200 for the harpy. Or whatever, farewell.
Farewell.
No, see you later.
Alright. I mean, it's a nice, look at the square, it's beautiful out here. It's one thing Toussaint does well is the beauty aspect of things. The collected verses, yeah, I already read all those. I can really just enter random houses, eh? And they have so much shit. All expensive stuff too. I guess I am in the big city. In the richer parts of the big city too. Yeah, look, all those books I bought. People in Toussaint are all educated apparently. They all have books. Are all these houses just... Yeah, apparently so. Although, is this even a house? I guess it is. I can't be expected to go in every single one and loot it. I mean, you know. It's good for the money. Why don't these people lock their doors? If there is ever an investigation, I'm gonna be in deep shit. Looking at how much I have stolen. Any house with an open door I have been in and robbed. Botch it all, I've heard it. I've heard of that. Oh, look at this. There's a Grandmaster Smith, a shopkeeper. Brother, how big is this place? Like, I'm sorry. This place is massive. Insane. I mean, I gotta go visit the Grandmaster. What would that make me if I didn't visit the Grandmaster? He's a Grandmaster.
Greetings.
He's a merchant, but not
They say
good enough for me.
about you, Witcher.
I wanna play one more game of Gwent before I leave.
You'll find no better ways. You shall find anything better in all Toussaint.
You know, you say that, but I'm pretty sure I will. Ah, you lock your doors. How smart of you.
Welcome, good sir, to Dupont and Sons Emporium of diverse merchandise.
Diverse, eh?
Satisfaction guaranteed.
Let me see what's so
Show me what
diverse.
you got back there.
Gwent cards? Paintings? Azura's Tower at sundown, ruins of an old fort. Harvest time in White Orchard. Oh, I've been there. Herbalist's hut. Van Rose self-portrait. Gerbald Hagen. Auburn maiden on field of black. The conception of Iragard. Reproduction other. Matilda's first steps. The coming of Ludovic. The Beauclair Palace. The Battle of Angarati. Ship leaving harbor. Spice merchant. Et in Corvo Ego and Busan reproduction. Still life. Alright. Knight returning from his quest. Cyrilla Fiona Island. Whoa, Queen of Sintra. What the hell? Emir Vara Meris and then just random shit. I mean, if you want random shit, I got all sorts of random shit. Do you want random shit? Oh, he loves random shit. People call him the lover of random shit. He's the random shit man. If you want to sell some random shit, you go to him. Oh, he's got the money too. Oh my. Let me tell you, I've been in so many houses. And I've stolen so many things from them. And well, I need somewhere to dump it all. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to dump all this trash. There you go. All my trash was dumped. You buy books as well, I'm guessing? Yes, yes, of course. The educated people of Tucson, they want books. And as such, I come with books from the north that you will get extremely good prices. I should also go to the bank. I'm sure at the bank I can convert currency as well. 3 of these books. Lara Doran and Kerrigan of Lord. Pretty famous book. I've seen it here as well. That's an expensive ass book. Catacryn's a monograph. On Sound Waves, that's a local book. The Ducal Chronicle, another local book. History of Gwent, that's also local. Alps, yep, this is all stuff I had bought. Natural Born Killers. So we keep the editions we have bought and we sell the second-hand ones. And we also have a portrait of Iris and Olgerd. Maybe we can put that up. Fancy a game of Gwent.
Instead of chatting, why not a quick game of Gwent?
Surely you have this new, you've heard of this new,
Of the Duchessa herself.
No, you don't, asshole. Maybe you have some new Skellige cards. Surely you have heard of the Skellige deck. It's brand new. Alright, I'll be playing the Mysterious Elf. Best card in the game. By far. A lesson. We never hunt in these woods, even if people starve. We shall call upon the Shadow Army. And he will scorch them all. Well, it's good to know that that card is gone. Well, for now. He might have more. Yeah, and he has his own Mysterious Elf. Why am I not surprised? Honestly, here you go. Okay, that was bad. I wanted to burn him. It's not how that shit went down, though. That was dumb, because it needs to be above 10 for me to burn him. Okay. That was fine. Well played. I made a mistake. You shopkeeper. Oh, look at this. Equal, but I am Nilfgaard. So equal is not equal for me. I have the Nilfgaard faction ability. Oh, but you have the monster. Wait, whoa, 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 buddy. Come now. What the hell is that? I wanted to use that card. Oh, here's a Draug. Honestly, get burned. I want that card. You don't have a healer, right? Yeah, he doesn't have a healer. Alright, now I can use my leader ability and get Shillard Fitz-Ornstein back. There you go. Give me some cards. Ooh, okay. Some trash. Some not so trash. Then I respond with a 2 strength Gondorodim. Please keep playing. Keep playing, please. Oh, he will, won't he? Because he can't afford to lose right now. I'm gonna just put down a very strong unit. See, I'm playing. Okay. Alright, bud. I see how it is. I could get a medic, but no, I'm just gonna pass. And now he will pass as well, right? But he only has 4 cards left. So he kept a pretty good one. Not gonna lie. Although will that ultimately matter? I don't think so. See, he might think he's very smart. Now he has 2 crones, one of them from his own hand. And in many times it would have been smart, but not when I have a dragon. And I can just murder all your cards. Imlereth. Yes, that's... He used to be with the crones, that is true. He was crone adjacent for sure. What's your last card, bud? Clear weather. You have already lost. You have passed. Alright, it's time to rub it in. And I'll bring back a black infantry archer. We have 2 of them. We'll put him on the line. He makes them stronger. Make our front line even better. Then we'll put this. Double the strength of these guys, and you're dead. 100 crowns. Plandimum pirate. That's all? You had a pirate? How good is a Clandimum pirate? Gondorodim. What is this? Scorch. Kill the strongest. Oh, okay. He's insane. Okay. Can see the fear in their eyes. Fear of me. Fear of Clandimum. It's pretty freaking insane, honestly. A few more cards, though. I still want a few more cards. And then, next time, we'll go visit the Grandmaster. It's already late. I'll see you in the next one.